Ultimate Team. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington...
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
2nd and 5. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Operating from the gun, Herbert, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. 2nd and 15. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Herbert, he's going to air into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Complete. It's Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
44, Mike, 44. Go, Jack, let's go. We got this.
Out of the gun, Love. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And that's complete. It's Allington. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. From the gun, Herbert found his target. It's Anderson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's a run with a fullback, Tommy Bohannon. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
Here we go, here we go. 60 outlaw, pilot, 64, wait. There we go.
Here's Bohannon, the fullback, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 22. Now a 1st down throw, Locke. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now left side on the swing pass. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 53 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Love. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw. Love. That one complete to Anderson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing again is Love. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and 7, Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 8 yards out, and the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And it's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
You got nothing.
A final shot before break. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And an alley to run. And he's into the clear. 20. Touchdown, Washington. He goes 91 yards on the kick return. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. But what made that toss out to the right so successful? Because it looked pretty easy.
A belief in the play, an absolute execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball. Everyone took care of their assignment, but the reason they did so, every time that play is called, they think it's going to go for big yardage. It's their staple play, and they love to run it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He was looking for Jaquiz Rodgers there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Herbert. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Julius Peppers, yes, he still has it. Give him the sack. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Powers over it.
Just fed him his pads, didn't he?
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 46 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Get ready. Get ready. Snap.
They'll run with a fullback. Bohannon. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
On 1st and 10, Herbert over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. Open man is Robbie Anderson. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Back to throw. Herbert, and that will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. The 30, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Again, help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw. Herbert, and it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Back to throw. Herbert. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs.
X3. 218, chop it.
On first down, Dickerson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. They run with Sayers, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Sayers. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Dickerson running right through him. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.